Yo, this is Tech with the Encouragers, episode 52, last one of the year, 2024. We're coming for you.
Bro, Jake, I got some fire gava, bro, from Ilwa that I
Yeah,
brought
let me
back.
know. Let me know how much, man. I'll send you whatever. How much did you spend on it?
I got it as a gift because I helped bring over when I came back from Tonga. I brought over 20 kilos of kava.
Yeah, I
It's like,
need some of that healing kava, man. I've been going through some stuff, man.
sheesh.
Freaking health wise.
I
Like,
got you, bro. I got you. This kava has grown in Elwa for
yeah,
7 years.
well, when you said this kava will heal you, I'm like, yeah, send it my way. I need
Yep.
it.
I got you a kilo, bro. I'm gonna send you both these kilos.
So I was happy. I was happy to make it into the gym today. Felt good.
Mm-hmm.
Felt rested. Got a good workout. Um, and yeah.
Nice,
Excited to
man.
be back at the podcast too. It's been a while.
Man, it's been a minute, bro.
Hmm.
Uh, Literally since we left Utah. I think that's the last time we had a podcast. Or no, we had one
Hmm.
with Pate after we got back. We had one with Pate, episode 51.
Oh yeah, yeah. That one's still cooking.
Yeah, it's cooking. It's gonna upload. Actually, it's on my other computer uploading right now or rendering out.
Hey, why don't you
So
sample some of that kava?
I'm gonna let you sample. We'll sample it together. I'm gonna take a little $10 bag worth out of these 2 kilos I'm gonna send you. So you just use it, bro. I'm just take a dime sack out of it. You know, like the ten
Yeah,
dollar bags we used to buy.
I'll send you whatever, man. So I appreciate you looking at least yeah, whatever you think is fair, and then I'll pay for shipping too.
Man, don't trip. I got you. It's your birthday present and your Christmas present.
I'm gonna have to send you back some a surprise mail day.
Mm. Yep. And the Walter Payton rookies.
Man, I wish. I think I have some Justin Fields rookie cards, but I don't know if they're even going to keep them.
Man, they're not
I
keeping that full.
Why? Is
Man,
he bad in the locker room?
I don't know. That dude's been balling, bro.
I okay. I would take Justin Fields and build like so. I'm if I'm the GM of the Patriots right now,
Mm-hmm.
I would if you cut him, I would sign him right away because I would build a franchise around him. Unless there's something I don't know about in the locker room, but I don't think so. Like he was voted captain, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there is. I haven't heard anything, but barring that he's toxic in the locker room and he can't be coached, like if he's like kind of what we're finding out about Russell Wilson. If there's some weird stuff going on, then I'd understand. But let's just say it's not. He is captain worthy. They just don't like his play style. That is mismanaging him because, for one, how many coaches has he had since he came to the league? How many offenses has he ran? Um, have you even had an offensive line to protect him? There's a couple things. If you shore up the offensive line, the Bears are a good team as is. Get them another wideout,
Mm-hmm.
even more dangerous. If you guys get like if you got T Higgins, just throw that in the mix,
Mm-hmm.
and you let DJ Moore kind of run wild. Woo! That's a good team. They're a real good
Man,
team.
yeah, it's kind of like what we're seeing with the well, maybe not what we're seeing with the Broncos, but I think it has something to do with the leadership. What my whole mentality is, it has to do something with the leadership, just from experience, just from hearing it from the goat himself, from
Yeah,
Saban himself, man. When I had that experience, when I got to talk to him with my nephew Ali, and he said, "All our job is to do is to make sure that you're successful." You know what I mean? Put you in a position to win.
yeah,
I don't know, man. It has something to do with the management. Maybe our offensive coordinator and him ain't gelling. There's who knows, man. I don't know how the kid. He seemed like a bright, like charismatic kid in college. You
yeah.
think that would just transfer over to the pros, but I don't know, man. I have no idea. He is super talented, man. You can't tell me a lot of the quarterbacks in the league right now can do what he can do. He's
And think about like how many misses it takes to get a guy that can actually play. And
mhm,
Justin Fields is a starter in this league, so you're going to pass on from a starter and
mhm,
just like, what are you trying to do here? I don't understand that.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, this year in the NFL has been extremely wild. Like just a lot of
I know.
ups and downs. I mean, you're the Patriots. Oh my gosh, poor Mac Jones. Like I don't know, the same thing could be happening with him. And he's an elite athlete in my mind, in my perspective. But who I don't know what's going on, man. A
He's a
lot of
hard one to figure out because he was clearly tested in Alabama, although he was surrounded by great talent. And when he came here, we had a good rookie year, right? And then last year, he kind of so he had some attitude issues last year. I don't know if you remember, but he had some attitude issues with, and not that you can't second guess the offensive coaching because you can, but he made it public, like on the field, like having an attitude like about bad play calls coming in and that kind of stuff, and just like the temper tantrums. Like there's a way like Brady would get mad at his team, right? And he would use it to motivate them. And it was kind of like a petulant kid at times last year with Mac Jones. And then he regressed. He broke. The offensive line wasn't good. Plus, we had injuries. But the offensive line, like we didn't have a starting offensive line. We didn't have it this year.
mm,
We were missing a right tackle. That's really it. And then we had four injuries on offensive line and starters. So
mm,
you get that, and then he can't elevate everybody else. This is what we found out about Mac, right? So he can play well within a good system with good players, and he can be coached hard, but he can't elevate other people. And the reason why he ended up, he started throwing too many turnovers. Like so, he felt pressure when there was no pressure, and his processing broke down for some reason, right? Because Bailey Zappi has played better than he has in with the same player, the less players, because we've had more injuries go out.
mm,
Ramondre Stevenson, our starting running back, is out. So just Mac has okay. He did not rise above any adversity. This is what you want to see from your quarterback, right? Is you've got to, even from a young quarterback, and it's tough, right? This is why I'm a fan of them sitting for 2 to 3 years, because they can learn a lot of these things. They can learn the system. You don't have to learn everything at once. Where you learn a system, you have to rise above everybody else. You have to lift everybody else up. It takes a rare individual to be able to do that off rip, right? Those are some
mm,
skill sets that you should learn kind of like one at a time, in my
mm,
opinion.
mhm,
And if you get to your three and slow down for you a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're processing things, and then you can lift other people up at that same time. It's just tough, man. When he outplayed Cam Newton, and he got thrown right into the role. He had Josh McDaniels, and Josh McDaniels, in my opinion, even though people don't like him as head coaches, apparently, it's one of the better offensive coaches in the league. So he took us to, I think he has 5 Super Bowl rings with us, 4.
mhm,
So we've got, he went from that to Matt Patricia, which is a different system. And Matt Patricia was, his offensive system was simple. And I mean, you saw Mac regress that year a little, but
mhm,
we still had a winning record. So, we were still going at it. And then this year, everything drop off, mainly because of the offensive line. I think that's the biggest issue. And then Mac just couldn't. He broke down immensely because it's the other team.
mhm.
Just throw it away. Like I'm okay with him throwing it away, but I don't understand some of the throws he was in. He just stopped processing the way he did the year prior. And so, do you want to put that on Mac? Do you want to put that on coaching? I mean, if you look at the Patriots, man, we've been the most coached coaching staff over the last 20 years, rightfully so. Right? People want to go and make their own way and move up. And we won so much that, of course, people are going to want people in our staff. So how can you sustain that with everybody poaching your coaching staff all the time, more than anybody else, because you're the most winning organization. And then we have one bad year and people freak out. Like, I'm not on the same train that everybody else is, or that a lot of other people, a lot of the loudest people are.
Mm.
We're due up a down year, right? You can't draft at the top of the draft every year and expect your second and third string players to be able to start in the NFL for 20. You can't just keep going. Like, we did that with great coaching when we coached a lot of people up, but you just can't sustain that forever. There's got to be some downturns. We got to get low in the draft. We got to get better talent in the draft. We haven't drafted well the last couple of years, and that's hurt us too. But again, we're drafting at the end of the draft every year when you're in the playoffs and you're dangerous every year. So there's a lot compounding at once. But I don't think like going from Bill is the answer here. I think you keep Bill, and
There are talks of him leaving.
yeah, well,
Really?
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
There's if him being traded, him being fired, all this kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, I didn't know in the
and
group
it's
chat that coaches are tradable. NFL
yep,
coaches are tradable. I didn't know that.
yeah. Bill would be in first rounder for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see this is what I could see. I could see the Bears trading for him.
Man,
But would they trade around their first round pick to get Bill? I think actually, if you guys keep your players, I think it'd be worth it. You just have Bill come in and coach them up. The problem is, okay, getting buy-in from veteran players, then how much of Bill's coaching staff can he bring with them?
mm.
I mean, I think you'll get buy-in from coaching staff, and I do think you'll get buy-in from players because we haven't lost the locker room on our side. They're still playing hard for Bill,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's interesting to see if there is a trade. What happens at the end of this year. Like, I really don't want us to, like, right now. When we won against Denver, we went from the 2 pick to the 4 pick, so we lost out on Caleb Williams to Drake May, at least for now. And
Mm-hmm.
if we keep winning, all we're doing is it's like we can't go to the playoffs here. The only thing
Mm-hmm.
it's helping is it's helping of the team in the short term and Bill's win total to
Mm-hmm.
get to the most winning next coach there is. But anyways, I don't know. We're I think so. Our defense healthy is probably the top defense in the league. I'd say that. I think your defense is one of the top defenses in the league as well. It's funny we're in the same boat, but I do feel better about the Bears than I do about the Patriots right now.
Mm. Yeah.
But that's with your current roster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a wild, interesting game right now, man. We got the number one pick.
Yep.
We did that trade with Carolina.
Yep.
So is wild. I don't know what
You
we're
got
gonna
what,
do.
number 7 pick, number 6 pick, and
Mhm.
number 1, right?
Number one. Yeah.
Okay, so you're the GM. Who are you going after? Who are you drafting?
Man, I wouldn't draft a quarterback. I'm gonna keep that dude and get rid of a coach. I'm gonna keep Fields, man. I'm gonna keep him and bring in some talent, man. Some talent to surround him with some more targets. And then beef up my O line.
Mar- Marvin Harrison Jr.
Him, yeah. There's a lot of talk about him coming. Former Ohio State or current Ohio State player. Talking about him linking up with that dude again with Fields. But
That'd be
honestly,
awesome. He's the
yeah.
best. He's the best player in the draft, in my opinion. Me looking at it from
Mm-hmm.
my amateur viewpoint, but I think he's the most. I think he's the most plug and play day one of out of anybody in the draft.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, man. He's generational talent. He's going to be putting up some figures, man. But I'll definitely grab some talent to so Fields can have some people to pass with, open up the playbook a little bit, and then also freaking build up that line, man.
So you got the number 9 pick right now and the number 1 pick. Yeah,
Number one, yeah.
Carolina. Arizona's number 2.
Two, yeah.
Washington's number 3. Okay. So then you have New England at 4, Giants 5, Chargers 6, That's pretty. That's going to be a good team. So what do they? That's interesting because the Chargers aren't that far off either. They have a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Their coaching just fell apart this year, but that's a good team that fell apart. The Titans are 7, Jets 8, and then you're at 9, and then to round out Atlanta is 10. So the way to think about it, you guys have the number 1 pick. I don't think you need a quarterback. But let's just play that game.
Yeah.
Let's just say you don't go after the quarterback. I'm trading down. So
Mm.
you look at New England, Washington, the Giants, um,
Mm.
maybe the Jets, uh, unless you have somebody way out. But typically, like somebody way out, it's tough for them to get that high. But let's just talk about those ones right there. So out of those teams, who do you think will trade up? You can just trade down to 3. Take a you could probably get an extra third rounder, maybe a second rounder for next year probably too. So that's definitely what I would do with that number 1 pick. As long as you guys aren't moving on from Justin Fields, go down to 3. Those
Mm-hmm.
first 2 picks are going to be the quarterbacks. It's going to be Drake May and Caleb Williams, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then you get Marvin Harrison Jr. plug and play, and then you take so that now you've got either an extra third this year or a second for next year. And at 9, if there's still 2 tackles on the board, because you said you need an offensive tackle, is that what you guys need?
Yeah, we need some guards,
Oh, you need guards. Okay, well,
guards
guards you
and
can get
tackles.
in the
Yeah.
middle of the you can get guards in the middle of the draft. Tackles are first round, in my opinion. You don't want to draft. In my opinion, you don't want to draft a guard in the first round. You want
Mm-hmm.
to go after tackles, wide receivers, quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's really where you want to, edge rushers, game changers, right?
Yeah, game changers, impact players.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's gonna
This
be
draft is going to be exciting.
yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm paying attention this time. And
Well, you
it's
got
crazy how
2 top 10 picks.
yeah, 2 of them, bro. No, but I see the Bears taking getting rid of that number 1 pick, trading down. They're most likely going to do that. Open up some money to get some of that surrounding also or cast surrounding cast for Fields. I don't. I hope they don't go away from Justin Fields. That dude is special, man. He can, you know,
Agreed.
he is super super special. So we'll see what
And
happens.
he's the modern day quarterback that can. And when I say modern, there's people can't throw on the run like he can.
Mm,
His accuracy on the run. So he's a mobile quarterback that he can throw in the pocket. He can he can get you first downs with his feet,
mm-hmm.
and he can throw in the run. I mean, that's like why people are so enamored with Drake May and Caleb Williams, because it's the it's the Pat Mahomes model, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
so it's is the ability to extend plays. That's where the league is changing to now.
Yeah.
Is there's not really any. I don't even know if I can think. I think Brady is just like the lab. Brady and Drew Brees were the last pocket quarterbacks to, because even like Aaron Rodgers, he was pretty mobile in terms of being able to to run and evade the rush, and
Mm-hmm.
he's done really well there. But
What about hey?
yeah,
What
I
about
think they moved on.
yeah? I think so too. What about Joe Flacco, man? You see that dude the other day?
All in.
Balling.
It's good to see, man. That you love an underdog story where he thought he was done with the league. He kept himself open. He's like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's Brown's team is stacked though. That's why Robert Griffin Jr. wanted to go play. I don't know if you saw that tweet, but
Mm.
he's like he's commentator, right?
Yeah,
RG3,
RG3.
and he's like he was making a pitch to the coaching staff on his podcast that he has on his show for
Mm-hmm.
him to come play for them, because he saw how stacked that team is. So that team could make a surprising run in the playoffs here. We'll see what happens, but that you could argue that's the best defense in the league as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And they've got really Njoku, their tight end is playing out of control. That's one of Flacco's favorites.
Mm-hmm.
He looks Njoku's like healthy. I think this is what everybody thought he could be when he
Who
stays
could
healthy
be?
like this, but
Yeah.
he is just dominating. He's probably the best tight end in the league right now.
Yeah.
Kelsey's kind of having a down year.
Yeah. Too much Taylor
And
Swift, but yeah. Mr.
too much
Pfizer.
too much Pfizer in his bloodstream.
Yeah. Too many jabs, man.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you got it.
My bad, Toko. I had to go get
Oh,
a little something something.
a little bit of elixir.
Yeah.
Some kava. Yeah, man, this year 2023 has been an interesting year. Done quite a few traveling sessions. Let's see, we went to Utah this year, the Alpha trip. Where else did we go? Arizona. Linked up
Easy,
in
quick.
Arizona.
That was the quick one. Valley of the Roots.
Valley of the Roots. Shout out Valley of the Roots. Man, that was a whirlwind of a trip.
So fast.
Yeah. Literally just went there just to enjoy some company and kava.
That was fun, man. The only thing I wish next time we get some sort of like audio, uh, like a microphone or something for people to. It's just going to be tough to get the audio right on everyone, but so we could hear people when they were singing on the other side.
Mm,
Right. And then you had the people, like two people would be singing at the same time. And we were a little bit in the middle. So it's like battle of the bands in there.
yeah,
So it was
for
just
real.
hard to, but it was fun. It was good to catch up with Make and, Palu and, everybody. And then hear Tonga be the MC. I think it was I think he said it was the first time he's ever done that, but what a
Mhm.
natural.
Yeah, it just came. It flew. Flew or flow. His flow was perfect, man.
So
Perfect
funny.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Good time. Good to see you. Good to see Jeff there and Gilbert. See him again. Link up with
Yep.
those dudes. Kava connoisseurs. People from all over
Right.
came down, man. That was pretty chill. It was pretty chill. Then,
I saw Afu. Got to
oh,
see
you did? I
Afu
didn't see him
there.
there. He
Yeah.
come up to you and say, "What's up?"
Yep. Yep. And then Lack was there
Yep,
and
seen that.
he followed for a little bit and then I went and mixed at the kava bar that they have the next night and I got
Mhm.
to catch up with Lack a little bit and that was good.
Nice, man. Yeah, I wish I would have stayed. I could have stayed the next night. I could have stayed. I should have stayed. That'd have been super awesome if I had stayed. Cheers.
It's probably good to get in and out like that though. But I don't know. Maybe one extra day would have been good.
Hmm.
The Just flying back east to where I live is just a challenge sometimes,
Mm.
just in terms of getting over here to a little town.
Hmm.
So, like a lot of times it's a red eye back.
Mm.
So I got to figure out the best way to get out west and then get back here. I
Did you have to fly the drive down to Atlanta again, or did you do
went to
that?
Raleigh
Oh, you went to Raleigh. How far away is that?
this
Raleigh.
time. Raleigh was 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that is challenging, man. After a long mix and then mobbing back afterwards. Oof.
Taking the red eye back. So the way back was even different. So I went to Boston and then
Mm.
from Boston to Raleigh.
Mm.
So I went Phoenix to Boston to Raleigh, and I
Hmm.
drove from Raleigh to, and I don't fly well, especially back. Like on the way there, I don't get jet lagged usually.
Hmm.
Just the way back is not the
Yeah.
funnest in the world, but worth it. Worth it for Valley of the Roots.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a pretty cool moment.
did did you go to Utah then and mix the for the other group?
Nah, we had a travel team that went there and attended. Yeah, Balu and his two brothers. We called them the travel team. Bro, they went and represented. They were the last one standing over there at that Kalaputaimoni Felhi, that their reunion or whatever, 5 year. We have a 5 year
Dang.
too coming up It's next
Dangerous.
year.
Your Kalapu is 5 year.
Yeah, it should be next year, but I don't think the brothers it's not in our in the mix right now. It's not, or literally, it's not being talked about right now. I don't think we have the wherewithal to put something together. But we'll see. Who knows? It could we just could just slap something together, but we'll see what's up. But yeah, that was fun going with jamming out with those guys. I was the fill-in bassist for that trip, 16-hour trip. The normal bass player, his name is Leva, and he usually is the one that plays bass for the jam or for the band, like our band. And I just went just to fill in, so I can fill in on
Yeah.
the bass part. But
Do you usually play guitar with them when
nah, I just go and enjoy.
you don't jam as much anymore, huh?
No, not really. I need to. I need to. I really do. I think that's a goal for 2024 is to create more music, more jam sessions, especially with
That's
you
where
and yeah.
yeah. When you get when you especially get really creative when there's other jammers there and
Mm.
you can just riff off of that.
Yeah, it's a
Man,
vibe, man. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. It's that jamming vibe, musician jam vibe. It's
Yeah.
totally when we were in college, that's what we used to do. Just jam, man. Drink some muddy
So
roots.
who did they all know how to jam at the beginning, or was it just Nessie, or who was it that kind of pushed the music in that Kalapu?
So those brothers, they've been there was another dude, I forget his name, but he currently lives in Utah. But these guys, they've been jamming since 2014, 2015,
Okay.
when they were the Rams. They used to be called the Rams.
So they were because the Rams, I thought the Rams was Utah, right? And then
Yeah,
they
in
had
Utah.
chapters in Arizona and they had chapters in Reno,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. They had previously been Rams, and then in 2019, that's when they just made a whole new thing, called it
What's the
FKP,
in FKP and what's that stand for?
Farakai Pahia
Mm-hmm.
Buffet Restaurant. So yeah, they started in 2019 jamming, and I don't know, these kids or these young kids, they're younger than us. They used to mix with the OGs and go, and I think that's
You
where
see that influence.
you see it, bro, because they be
Yeah.
singing all those Tongan jams. They know them, bro.
Yeah.
They know those songs, and they practice. They have little practice sessions. I think what's today? Friday. Yeah, Friday nights are usually their practice sessions, but most of those dudes they never really jammed before. Like you see T's Grammy winner with recording and helping out in the audio engineering world. He
So I don't know if you remember that, but so after you and Coach left, and I forget what I think Coach went to just like after he graduated, and where did you go after that? When after he was done with school and playing?
Dixie or ASU.
He's Arizona in
Mhm.
Arizona when that ended. Where did you go again
I came back to
after
Reno.
Arizona, or did you go to New York?
No, oh yeah, New York. No, I came to Reno. Okay, after the whole thing, came to Reno for a short stint, and then took off to LA to Vegas, then Vegas to New York.
Okay, got you. So after you guys left, and then what I would do is I would mix with Joe and his little crew occasionally,
Hmm.
and Paul more than anybody else, or I go to the old man Kalapu
Hmm.
that was in Mesa. And so
Hmm.
that was my first real introduction. And so I would go mix there like a couple nights a week for, as for months. I would go mix with the OGs over there. And they were
That's
always
tight.
surprised, to see me over there. But that was my first real exposure to like the hymns and the old Tongan jams, Faikava jams, and all that stuff. And I loved it. I
Mhm.
loved everything about it. And I didn't understand half the stuff that was going on, but it was fun, man. It was a different side of Baikava that I hadn't really seen
Mm,
before.
mm,
And so yeah, so I absolutely loved it. So when I say, people are probably looking at me like, how do you know the
yeah.
how do you know there's an influence? Well, I had that time, the better part of a year where every week I was going to mix in with the OGs. That's how I got to know Uncle Rob a little bit more, and then some of
Hmm.
all them. And it was just it was a lot of fun, and I love the music aspect of it.
Mm.
Was just great to hear those, the slack key and all that stuff. And um anybody that's listening, if you look up what's the best way to listen to Tongan kava music, would you say? Do you have a specific band you like, or if they just looked it up on YouTube?
Yeah, just look it up on YouTube. I know one of the biggest Phi clubs in the world is called Fofo Anga. They're out of
Okay.
they have chapters in Texas, everywhere. England, London, Spain, Italy,
AZ. Yep.
AZ, yeah, Fofo Anga.
Because that's where I
Fofo.
went mixed. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about, was at the Fofanga.
Hmm.
But
I was trying when I was in Tonga this past week or a few weeks ago. I was trying to go there, man. I couldn't break away to go down there for a mix down in the center of town, downtown Nuku'alofa. Was trying, man. I was trying to go. I had a whole present to give them, like the president of their chapter. Like they're the main Fofuanga, you know. They have so many
mhm.
chapters all over the place, but just trying to. But yeah, man, it's a trip, man. I love
next
the
next time we go next time we
bro.
go, let's make
Mm-hmm.
that a priority. That would be an honor. It'd
Mm-hmm.
be
That would be
fun.
dope. Straight to the
Yeah.
roots, man. And it's crazy because I met you around the Kava Bowl.
Yep.
Just stay connected, man. Stay connected and rooted that way, I guess. But yeah, man, 2023 has been a great run, great season. Ups and downs, a lot of downs, a lot of ups. But man, it's great, man. Getting all these messages, Instagram. But
Yeah,
yeah, how,
we'll definitely go over when we get tech on here.
mhm.
Let's go over your Tonga trip in full, but we can give everybody a little bit of teaser. So how long were you in Tonga for, and where did you go?
Okay, so me and my wife, we went down there for 9 days. It was supposed to be six, but then the aircraft on the six on when we were flying out, the AC wasn't working on the plane, so we had to deplane. They canceled that flight, and there wasn't another flight available until the next 2 days later. So we ended up making it a 9 day trip, but it was beautiful. Loved my time in Tonga. I did not want to come back. I got offered jobs there, take some photos and videos. Yeah, man, straight up. To stay there, man, but I had to come
Tempted to
back.
stay?
Yeah, oh shoot, I almost wanted because I have time off from work, so yeah, I was tempted to stay, but it was a great trip. It was cool to the thing that I enjoyed about our trip was to connect with the motherland, connect with where I actually grew up, or I was born, got to see the hospital I was born at, or the village sector part of the island I was born at. That was exciting and interesting.
What island were you
I was
were you
born
born
in
at?
I was born in Tongatapu, Nuku'alofa, Havelu, Lotu, where the um hospital is. I was born right there. Got to see my mom's village, old town, Tonga, my dad's stomping grounds in Tongatapu area. But man, it reminds me of Hawaii and the Dominican Republic, like the
Was it
mixture of the
hot?
two. Hot, humid. It's summertime in December. Summertime during that, down there during the December, January. That's their summer. But it wasn't unbearable heat. I mean, you got the ocean right next to you. If you know, wanted to, you could just go down and jump in the water and cool down. But it wasn't as hot as I've ever. Arizona's hot. That's
Yeah.
hot. That is
Yeah.
death hot. That's there's no comparison to Arizona heat. If you can survive Arizona heat, you can. It's like paradise in Tonga during the summer months. It is humid. it's a human time, but it
What
was
was what was something that surprised you about your trip?
mm, man, lots of things, but the one thing that I really fascinating that I really like took eye to was how the kids in the village, when something needed to be done, like we went there for a wedding. My wife's younger brother, Xiaoxi got married. When something pops off for a wedding or a funeral, or I'd witness the wedding part, bro, those kids, they show up. All the kids in the village, they come through and they work like no other. Yeah, they show up and they stay there until the work is done.
No
And
complaining either, huh?
oh, there's they're chilling. I mean, the whole night. You know how Tonga weddings are, Jake.
Yeah.
Polynesian weddings. It's a labor intensive. It's a lot of work. And
Yep.
what is that saying? Many hands make light work.
Light
Or
work.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, man. Those kids showed up and they're youngsters, bro. Like 11, 12. You ain't got to tell them what to do. They already know what to do. They know how to go peel the potatoes and peel the manioke and ufi and talo and all that and roast the pigs, clean the pigs. That's another thing that, if you really want to know what really was eye opening, it was the pigs, bro. The pigs is different there. Like I was telling a friend earlier today, the pigs, they don't eat trash like our pigs here in the States. They don't eat like leftovers. They
Corn. They see corn here.
corn, yeah,
Yeah.
corn, all nothing, bro. They don't touch the corn over here. They eat nothing but coconuts. It is wild.
Oh,
Both,
so you notice the difference in the taste?
oh my gosh, I can't explain it. It's like organic pork.
Organic botanical pork.
Yeah, botanical. Like with all they eat is. And I did an experiment. I don't know if I sent you if I sent you guys the video of me throwing a piece of candy out to the pigs. Did I send that in the group chat? Did that make it
I,
over?
I'm not sure.
Man, bro, I had a payday candy bar that I brought with me I had it in my backpack when I left the airport from the States. And I threw a big chunk of it and little pieces of it to the pigs to see if they would eat it. They didn't touch it. Not one bit. Not even the
Mm.
chickens. The ones that came and ate it were the dogs. The dogs came and ate the candy. They're the ones the dogs and now I know why they eat dogs. They consume dogs. They enjoy dogs in Tonga and in other islands. It's because they look at them as regular animals. It's not like
Yeah.
a domestic. No, they look at it like a bull, like a wild cow on the side of the street. It's like a regular animal to them. They're not treated like pets or anything like that. They're just regular dogs. Like they're like straight up animals, and they're the ones that go and eat like the trash. They pick out the garbage cans, and
So the dogs are kind of wild over
yeah,
there,
they're kind of
essentially. Yeah.
feral. You know,
Hmm.
if I could describe it like that. But yeah, the pigs diet, it was amazing. And those pigs, they roam, bro. They walk around. You don't see them eating trash or picking up or eating like uh plastic. They eat the grass and the shrubs and flowers and
Do they do this are there enough for like everyone to take, or they belong to certain people, or do they go missing all of a sudden?
yeah, yep, yep. They said
But
like yeah, some of the locals, they were like, "Hey, if that pig comes in my yard, then it's my pig." But everyone has their own pigs. Yeah. And it's crazy because they do these calls and the pigs know like who owns them. It's kind of like
yeah.
dogs almost. The pigs are almost like domesticated almost because they're taken care of and they're fed. They're fed like dogs. Like, they have eating times and like
Yeah.
like cattle, but and they walk around freely, man. They walk around, no fences, no gate. There are some pig pens that, they hold when they go and try to capture the pigs to slaughter them. But other than that, there's some of these pigs that just roam. It was wild. Now I know why the pigs are so healthy. They eat nothing but coconuts, man. Coconuts and
Mm.
grass. And the meat, it tasted so healthier.
Yeah.
Like that they're eating coconuts and that's it. Their whole diet is nothing but that. But
It's like organic pig right there.
Seriously, like wild pig. Like I don't know how, man. You just
Free
gotta.
range, pasture raised, organic pig.
That's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
shoot, pasture raised organic pigs, man. It's crazy. Seen some pigs in the ocean, just
And there's
down,
no just swimming in the ocean.
just right walking on the beach,
Oh, because
walking
they
on the.
don't have, there's no
Yeah.
natural predators for pigs there, right?
I don't think
Or
so.
maybe
I think
other than maybe the dogs.
not. Yeah, probably. But no, there's no. Yeah, there's no like bobcats or mountain lions they got to worry about.
Yeah.
Wolves. No, none of that, man. Maybe snakes, but excuse me. Yeah, it was a good trip, man. It's good. It's good to get connected. It was pretty surreal. I enjoyed it. A lot of people thought I would go there and be like, "Oh, nope, I don't want to be here." Nah, it was the other way around. Tech had the same type of experience when he went last year. I went about the same time that Tech went last year to Tonga, and he loved it and didn't want to go back, and I loved it. I didn't want to go back, man. I
Seems like
enjoyed
there's
it.
something about like your soul can call the place, like knowing where you come from
Mm,
does has some sort of like resonance with your soul, and you're like, this is where I'm from. I think that like
mm,
full circle, it's probably healthy for our mind to know that. It's like to know where you came from. I think it just like that feels good. Just me imagining in my head, right? Because I
mm,
don't, I'm from everywhere.
mm,
My ancestry is from all over the place, uh but it would just be interesting feeling the call. My parents went back to Ireland and Scotland, where a lot of my mom's side is from there,
mm,
and so they were able to trace some of our ancestry back there. But I think people do feel that call to know where they come from,
mm,
and again, it like it resonates with your soul, and it's like you become complete. I don't know if you felt anything like that when you put your when you put your bare feet on the motherland for the
mm.
first time. Did you feel that kind of connection?
Yeah, more or less. I felt it, man. Like when I went down to the beach, the ocean, like man, this is the ocean. This is my roots right here. These are the waters that I was born around. Yeah, shoot 100%. I felt connected. I felt that, and I had a moment just taking it all in, just enjoying the scenery, enjoying the energy of the people. When they say Tonga is a friendly island, bro, it is a friendly island.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone says hi to everybody. Like it's crazy. It's not like here when I go to Salt Lake, right? Driving around in Salt Lake, there's hella Tongans in Salt Lake. Bunch. When you see a Tongan, you wave, and they don't really wave back to you. Just another person, more or less. But yeah, and it's crazy when you go out in Tonga, everyone says yo, yo, and the next person would say yo. I gotta show you this clip. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put it to my. I'm gonna show you this clip. It is hilarious. We were riding downtown to go to check out some the nightclubs downtown in Tonga, and we were riding. It was raining. I'm not sure if I showed you this to the group. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen so you can see it. But we
Perfect.
were do I share my screen again? Share sound. Yeah, here it is. Can you see my screen, Jake?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So we were in the car, in the rental car, driving downtown. It was pouring rain outside, and Lute, my wife, she's noticed these two. She saw these two kids. Kid is like an older brother and a little kid sitting on the crossbar on the of the bike, and it's dark. It's nighttime and it's raining, and they're pedaling so fast through the rain trying to get home, and they're soaking wet. And the older brother's sitting on the back pedaling fast, and then the little kid's sitting sideways on the crossbar, on the sidebar or the beam of the bike. And Luther, does the traditional hey, hey, what's up? But they say yo, and then the little kid says it back. It's hilarious. Here, check it out. This is in the rain. riding his bike.
Yo!
And then they almost hit a bar. They almost ran into a tree. So could you see that? Okay, could you see it clearly?
Yeah.
So they're sitting there riding his bike. It's pouring rain outside. They're both drenched. And Lucas says, "Yo!"
Yo!
And they almost run into a tree because they were just saying hi back.
The
But
little kid.
yeah,
Oh.
yo, yeah, it was fun, man. Nothing but good time. It was good vibes, man. Good vibes, good energy. And the thing about Tonga is not many people know this, but in the islands, I don't know if all the islands like Pacific Island are like this, but in Tonga in particular, they do not pay rent. You don't pay rent for your home. A lot of people don't pay rent for their home. There's some people that pay rent, that live in paid home or like rent month to month homes. But the majority of people in Tonga, they don't pay for their rent. They don't pay rent. The only bills that they worry about is the electricity and the water bill. That's it. Oh, and then your phone bill or your data bill to use Wi-Fi. That's it.
Is
No
it because
problem.
most people own they own their homes outright, or they just live in a family member's home, or how does that
Yeah.
work?
Yeah, so the property, everyone gets land in Tonga. Well, I don't for the most part I think that's what happened. Everyone's divided given land and you can build on it. There's never any property tax for that land. And it's passed down generation to generation, like the plot of land that you have. So you don't have to pay anything on that. It's given to you from the royal family or kings or your I don't know, magistrate, kings or your lord or whatever. So you got land that's passed down from generation to generation. And then most people just build. They save money, and they work and they build their own homes. So they don't. There's no rent. Like there's no landlord that you pay rent to unless you're living
Dang,
in.
bucket list. Do you have land
Yeah,
out there?
we have my dude my fam my so land is given. It's like a patriarchal thing. It's not given to women or daughters or like actually don't quote me on that. Um, I think some land is passed down to females or if you have a male in your family, but um, it's it's wild. It's crazy. So you get land that way, and then what was your question, Jake? I'm sorry.
I was yeah. If you had land,
Yes, there's hell land. My dad's family.
because I know Tech has some, and then, but yeah, let's go build ourselves some little houses over there, man.
Mm-hmm. We should. We really should. So my dad's family, they're from an island called Hunga. So that's my dad's family. They oversee that island. That's my family's island. It's called Hunga. It's in Vava'u. Like it's one of the island chain or island groups in Vava'u, the Vava'u group of islands. It's a little bit further away, but the next trip I'm gonna go and check out Vava'u and my family's island, Hunga Island. There's hella land. There's beachfront land. I just learned recently that we have land in Fiji and in Samoa because my family,
Wow.
yeah, my family, we have Samoan and Fijian blood in my family. The Fulivai last name, that's a Samoan last name. Not a lot of people know
Uh,
that. Yeah, so we're straight up Samoan and Tongan and Fijian. So my great great grandmother, she was Fijian. So there's some things in Fiji from that, which explains my younger brother's dark complexion.
mm-hmm.
So he's super dark. He comes out. That's after that Fijian side, and then Samoans too. The Fulivai last name. They're Samoan chiefs. But yeah,
Your
we
brother's
have
like
land.
lean like the Fijians are too. Kind
Mm-hmm.
of some of that build, right?
Yeah, he is. Totally genes passing down through generations right there. And then yeah, the Tongan side too. But there we got a bunch of land. My dad my dad knows where all the land is, and I'm trying to get him to tell me to where it's at. It's all in Hunga beachfront. Like there's part that there's its own private beach. It's paradise, Jake. It's like everything we see in the movies. It's paradise. It's like Hawaii times 10, dude. It's unreal. Mind blown, bro. Yep. I did not want to come back to the States, but I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna work hard, try to learn these things that I'm learning, try to add value, get some, earn some income, and then go back and build.
Did, would the would Starlink work over there
Um,
in Tonga?
so I've been tweeting out to Starlink and Elon Musk. Haven't gotten anything back from them. They don't have like a customer. Well, I haven't seen that they have a customer service thing, but I'm gonna get a hold of them before I actually make the purchase. But that's something that would really benefit the Tongan people because Digicel is a telecommunications company throughout the South Pacific, and they run that whole area. And to have your phone operate and use like data, you have to buy your data. It's not like T-Mobile and Verizon out here or AT&T, where we have a phone plan, we get unlimited data and text and talk.
They haven't switched to that yet.
Mm-mm. It's paid by the gigabyte and megabyte out there. It's wild because they spend sometimes $70 a week, sometimes $70 a day to get data just so they can communicate with people back home or people outside of
So
the country.
how is the internet in the house run? Is it
It's all
all from just their phones?
just from their phones, dog.
Got you.
Wild, huh?
Yeah.
There's no like cell towers everywhere. Like when we landed in Tonga, when we landed in New Zealand, you get this text from T-Mobile. That's who we're subscribed to. Get this text, hey, welcome to New Zealand. You have unlimited talks and text here, or not. You have
Mm-hmm.
unlimited data and text. And if you wanted to make a phone call, it's like 50 cents or something, or 25.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. And then we got that same message when we landed in Tonga. So we didn't really have to buy a new SIM. We could have just used our, but there's no cell towers out. There's hardly any, they're not built everywhere. So I had to get a SIM and put that in, you have to have your phone jailbreak, I think, or broken or something
Mm-hmm.
to do that. I don't know. That's just the way we did it. Unlocked. I think that's what it is. But bought a SIM card, put that in, and then had to pay for minutes. It was like $150 baanga. So 150 I paid for, which is a lot of gigabytes, a lot of data. $150 worth of data. That's a lot, and used it up like within a day.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy. When I was texting y'all, sending you video, man, ate it all up.
There's an opportunity for somebody to come in and offer unlimited data and take all their business, right?
That's the first thing I thought of, dude, when I was texting you guys or talking to you guys. It's like someone needs to come in here and just kick them out. Digicel is wild how they have a huge monopoly on everything. But yeah, man, it was a great experience. I hope one day we all get to go together. And there's a lot of goals coming up for me in tech, or for just me, tech, you. First of all, try to get our compound. I got that in my 300 goals, right? Get our compound, North Carolina or Texas.
Yep. Yep.
No,
And
straight up.
then it'd be nice to have like some beachfront property out there. Now I'm curious what the best way like is the best way to build like a little container house that already has the infrastructure in it, or is that too hot out there? Is it better to build from the local materials? It's interesting to think about that because I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You can get pretty creative and make some nice futuristic,
Mm-hmm.
really good container homes, and then they'd be good against the rain and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. A lot of the homes are built with brick. It's brick and mortar because
Okay,
it helps keep cool during
that makes
keeps
sense.
cool and retains heat a lot better. But yeah, I've seen some container homes out there just driving through the village. There's some people that built it out, that started building the infrastructure out of the shipping containers.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
seen it. I seen a triple, or not a triple, but a double like they were making a 2-story house. Seeing it, man. There people are doing that. They're doing it out there. But yeah, we got it, man. We have land. Coach has land. Tonga has land. Tech has land. I have land. Joe has land. Paul. We all have land in Tonga. And not a lot of people know this, but
Wow.
Tongans are by birthright because they passed this law. I think it was in the 70s, 60s, or 70s that every Tongan that's ever born is automatically a dual citizen for Tonga. Like you don't have to. If your parents were born in Tonga, you just have to show that they were born in Tonga, and then you are automatically um
Eligible.
eligible to be a dual citizen of Tonga.
So how do you, let's say you were born here and you haven't done it yet. What do you have to do? Get a passport from Tonga and send both your parents proof
Birth certificate. Yep.
of other birth certificate over, and then
Mm-hmm.
you get what they'll just, did they give you that with a Tongan passport? Is that kind of
Yep.
how it all works?
Yeah, you
Okay.
get a Tongan passport out of it. Yep. And then when you go to Tonga, you enter the country with your Tongan passport, and you can stay as long as you want. Don't have to, work, do all that stuff.
Have to find a way to prove that I'm 1/16 Tongan.
Mm-hmm. For real. Yeah, it's crazy. But there's
So
yeah,
how,
it
what visa, like so you can do, what was that girl that we had, the Swedish girl that we had on, the chef?
yes. Mm-hmm.
How was she able to stay? Was it on a work visa?
Yeah, she was on a work visa, but she came from a country that I believe participated in um kind of like the US,
Mm,
like it's a participating country or like part of the UN, some type of country because of you could have so much long you can stay for so amount of period because
some
you're
kind of agreement between the countries. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So she was there on that type of visa, work visa. As Americans, I think because we're from America, we could stay there. I think can't remember how long, but I want to say 3 months, 3 to 6 months, maybe, or maybe even longer. But
And it's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna go there, not want to come back.
dude, I met your wife there at the wedding, Jake. She's waiting for you.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, she was in the wedding line party. I met her, bro. Great girl. She's just waiting for you to take her on a date. You and Tech. There's one for Tech too. Yep.
Waiting for me to go mix with the pops.
Oh yeah, bro. Jake, if you get married to a Tongan girl, you're doing the Tongan wedding, bro. Doing a Tongan style. Just go all out, culture it all out, brother. That would be dope.
The
What?
only thing I wouldn't do is like the dance, because I think that would be like too much of a mockery. I don't mind doing the dress or
Mm-hmm,
anything, but
mm-hmm.
the Tongan dance, there's no way I can do it. So
Nah, you ain't got
there's,
to dance. Yeah, the guys don't
yeah,
really dance in the Tongan wedding. You know what I mean? It's all just the girl
yeah,
stuff. But that would be dope for you to have a kava ceremony too with it. That'd be the
yeah.
kava ceremony. That's the first time I seen one. But well, the
At
first time
at the wedding.
at a wedding. Well, Chris
Ooh,
had one when he got married. Chris Fumavaga, the homie. Um, he had one when he got married, but it was totally different than the way they did it here at this one. It was more this one was hella super duper traditional. It was
what was
dope.
different about it?
Well, they had all the authentic material. That's for one. Straight up the rocks and like the actual I don't know what the material is, the reeves or
Pound the
what.
kava.
Yeah, to pound the gava and also to ring it, put the gava through and ring it through that whatever that plant is or, that they use for it. They had all that, bro, and it was Dalfua. So they had mixed it previously, you know, before they did the
Did
ceremony. So
they, back in the day, did they not strain it,
that's the
or
strainer
did they strain it through a plant?
through that whatever thing they're doing it through. That's how they strain it through. Yeah, that's how they do it, and they ring it out over the bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was super ceremonial, man, and the MC or the commentator, he was saying that like this is one of the most sacred things that that's in our culture. One of the highest sacred things in our culture is the kava ceremony. No one's allowed to get up. No one's allowed to talk. You can't be loud. You no, once it starts, no one can get up. You cannot get up and walk around until the ceremony is finished. Like not even talk. So I was taking photos during that time, and where I was sitting, that's the only place where I couldn't get up and take. That's the only vantage point I had. So I had to find. I tried to get to a certain point in the room where I could capture the ceremony and capture her face and the groom's face and their. So once I got to that position, I could not get up, could not talk, I could not, you know, I just had to stay in
So
that position.
it's quiet. There's no noise.
There's kids stuff running around outside,
Yeah.
but for the most part inside, yeah, it's super quiet. No one's talking, no one's getting up. You know,
So do you no clapping for the rounds?
nah, it's just whoever's in the circle, in that whoever
Yeah.
the chiefs are in that circle, they're the only ones that clap. So when the girls go to serve the kava, the whoever it is calling the shots, he's like, "Take this kava to homeboy," and that dude claps his hand. So the girl knows where to go and take the kava to, so he can drink it. So it's a
Yeah.
fool,
Wasn't
you
it
know.
in so was it in like in a certain order
I don't know.
that they serve the kava? Like the oldest or the most elder or the most is it based on royalty at all?
Man, that's a good question. I'm gonna find that out and I'll get back to you on that. But I think so. I think it has to do something
Yeah.
with that. Yep. Because each
Interesting.
person, yeah, it's super interesting. Because each person that was in that circle, they came from a different village. They were like the chief or whatever of that certain village or the spokesperson. Yeah, super super sacred, man. It was
So I
awesome.
can't wait until they when they make like the Tongan movie about like old school Tonga and all
Mm.
these amazing traditions and like apocalypto style movie where it's just like I can't wait for that. It's gonna happen at some point, I think, at least somebody with big pockets, maybe The Rock or so, he's on the Samoan side, but somebody's got to like somebody that falls in love with Tonga from the movie side of things that can make that just big movie like that. That's gonna be epic.
That would be epic, bro. That would be hella dope. Yeah, I want to see that too. I want to be in the movie that pops off like that. That'd be dope. Because have you heard of William Mariner? Have you heard of that guy?
Sounds familiar.
There's this guy named William Mariner, and he was a kid from England, and he took a lot of the he recorded a lot of the stuff that he saw, like when he was with Captain Cook. I want to say, hold on, William Mariner. I'm gonna look this dude up. Is it um my good friend Rich Lisiate Wolfgram, he holds a podcast, um and he talks about, you should listen to it, Jake. I'll send you the podcast, but it's a story of William Mariner, and his yeah, he stayed he from 29. Oh, that William Mariner was an Englishman who lived in Tonga from 29 November 1806 to 8 November 1810. So he lived in Tonga for 4 years. He published a memoir an account of the natives of the Tongan Islands in the South Pacific Ocean, which is one of the major sources of information about the Tonga before it was influenced significantly by European cultures and Christianity. Yeah, he recorded a lot of he at the age of 14, he was a clerk on a ship. He sailed from the Port-au-Prince. And it's super, super. A lot of our history comes from this dude, this 14-year-old little kid. Um,
Wow.
and they call him the Toki Ukamea. Toki Ukamea. It's I think they called it after the gun or a axe or something. But yeah, his that podcast that Richard runs, he reads from a book. He talks about it. I have to show you that. It's super fast and super entertaining.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of them over here.
Yeah.
What's up, Tech?
Yeah, Jake.
All right, good.
What up?
What's up, man? We were just talking about William Mariner a little bit.
Oh
The
yeah.
guy the guy that wrote down a lot of before kind of Christianity changed. We were just talking about how awesome it'll be when they finally make the movie about Tonga and all like the old ceremonial kava ceremonies of like different times and places they use it like at weddings and all these things, and then how how the history of the wars and all that kind of stuff. And then he brought up William Mariner and how he kind of took down some of the cultural things he noticed before Christianity kind of took over. So some of the older traditions and all that stuff that you had in your culture. So we were just looking that up, and then he took a phone call. There he is.
What's up? Sorry. I had to
Yeah,
answer to my
Toki
parole officer.
Toki Ukameya.
Toki Ukamea. I think it means cannon or something else. Maybe axe.
I'm looking at pictures right now. It's pretty cool.
Dude, yeah, a lot of the history comes from that little dude, man. He's only 14 years old when he was doing his thing on the boat. But yeah, what's up, Tech?
What up? What up?
Welcome, man.
Sorry guys. I had to go. My niece, she's always bugging me to come watch her games. And today was
Um,
like actually the first time I was able to go watch it.
that's what's up. Did they win?
Nope. They lost.
Maybe you should have stayed home. Maybe you jinxed her. Lost the mojo or something. Nah. Who did they play? What
No.
grade level?
It's varsity high school.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. I think she's a but she's a junior. So she's still got one more year.
Mm,
But she's always bugging me to come watch her game, and since I had today off, I was able to go
that's
and
what's
watch
up.
it.
What about that Utah player we were talking about the other day? That girl that plays for Utah?
Oh yeah.
She, she's like
What's her
short.
name?
She's not as tall, but man, she's ruthless. She plays like a dude.
Dude, she got skills.
Mm-hmm.
Alyssa. Alyssa Peely?
Oh yeah, I don't know. She's Samoan. She's poly though, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she came from I guess she started USC and then came over here.
To Utah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just at the gym one day and I was on the elliptical
Mm-hmm.
and then I was just watching highlights on the TV and they showed that. They
Yeah,
showed that
she's.
game where Utah was playing like the number one school in the nation,
Mm-hmm.
and she put up 37 points up against them.
Jeez.
It's like, hey,
She said, "Hold my palm tree." Took them to town. Hey, did you guys see Arizona beat Oklahoma? They were down seven.
What?
Arizona, yeah, Arizona Wildcats, Bearcats, or whatever they're called. Arizona from Tucson, Arizona. They beat Oklahoma in the Insight Bowl or some bowl game, or what was it?
Wow.
They
Oklahoma was number 7, I think, ranked. That's
they
crazy.
yeah, they spanked them. That half Tongan, half I don't know what other half he
the
is, but
QB.
the QB he threaded them yesterday. All year long, this Arizona been balling. No one's been really watching or taking heed of them. Bro, their defense balled out yesterday. Had hella turnovers, scored on defense, and then they scored on offense with that Noah Fifita kid. We got Richie V
So
coming up on the next podcast for the first of the year. Sometime we'll schedule him in during the week, maybe
let's
a
go.
Friday or Saturday. whatever works best for you guys.
Let's
He's
go.
flexible.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I didn't
Who's
know he
this?
knew Richie V, Richie V7 or V7. Richie.
Mm, that's what's up, man.
He uh he is a reggae artist inspired by Ray Ledger.
That was
Have
awesome.
have you did you see that
Yeah.
little clip he was talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's tight. I didn't know that. So
Be fun to
shot.
talk with him, and he'll see. Like, does he know our connection to Ray?
Oh, you about to find out. You about to find out. It's one big circle, man. We're just connecting it.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
That is pretty dope. But man, shout out. We made it to 52 episodes for the year, or since we
Let's go.
started. We're almost to 100.
Halfway. It
Man, we had some lofty goals this year. Or was it this year or last year?
was this.
It
It
is
was
this
both.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's every year.
Yeah. We had some lofty goals for 2023. I'm going to remind us of, well, the lofty goals that I was thinking about. We wanted to record an album by this time, a 6-song EP album, reggae album, which we're still, it's a work in progress. We wanted to reach the
It's in the
100.
works.
Yeah, we wanted to reach 100 episodes this year. We got halfway. And what else? We're at 52. This is the 52nd episode. We got one before this is about this episode. And then this one, 52. What else do we have? We had like a little health thing at the beginning, didn't we? A little health challenge.
Yeah, but we've kept that going throughout the year though.
Mm,
It's been changing
mm.
because right now we're doing the 100 squats
Are we still
or
doing that?
the
100 push-ups.
100 push-ups, 25
Yeah.
air squats,
Yeah. It was
50.
30 air squats. And I think Joe decided to do 50.
Mm.
And I think that those were just the two things that we were doing. It was just those two to get us going. Man, I love doing the cold plunging. It is so it feels so like it's tough to get your mind around doing it enough, but like every time you going into it, but then the after is so good, so good. Like it literally just like you realize like if you're in pain a little bit and you have you know tightness of the joints and you jump in there, man, you feel no pain.
Really?
Yeah, you feel
It's
no pain for a couple hours. It just goes away. So
For a
it's
couple hours.
yeah, yeah, because you'll start to feel it coming back. Like if you have nagging stuff, or if you work out all the time, you're just gonna be sore. Like that's the reality of or if you're just trying to heal from some things. But you get there, man, that pain free. It is and it's free. It's basically free 99. It takes mental toughness. So you can cold shower it out there in the West because you guys are cold enough. But you do 3 minutes of a cold shower, you'll use similar benefits of the water being that cold, but just the full immersion in it. And it doesn't have to be like I've been doing it in the 50 degrees. I got it to 48 today. Was just the first time I was able to get it that cold, and it feels so good after you get out, of course. The first minute it's like hard to breathe. You're just breathing like that. When it hits, it's just like, and then all of a sudden calms, like minute two, calm down, and everything just kind of comes in place, and you're just focusing on your breathing, and your mind is just focusing on breathing. Your mind's clear, and then you start to feel good after minute three, and then just good from on out. Then you get out, and you just feel good afterwards. And like you literally just it's if you struggle with like anxiety or depression or any of those things, man, this is just a way to get yourself a a boost, a mental boost that of positivity that'll just last. It'll coast for the rest of that day. So, and then you'll feel good if you're, going through if you, like I was saying before, you have any nagging injuries or soreness or anything like that, that'll just take it away. The only thing I'll say is you do it before exercise, not after.
So you bought a cold plunge tub,
Yep. Yep. hmm
and where do you have it?
It's in my second bathroom, and I mine kind of can conform a little bit. So it's about probably about 3 to 4 feet
30 feet?
high.
Yeah.
Yes, 3 to 4 feet high, and it's just in my tub, right? And so it's up above the tub by a lot. So I when I get in it, I can get up to my neck when I sit down. So I'm up to my neck in the water.
Oh dang.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I'll just say it's not easy getting in ever, right? But it's like knowing what's coming after is the motivating factor. So knowing that you're gonna feel so good, and knowing the first couple times you just like so because notice you got in what 30. What was the temperature in your pool when you got in and did it?
37, 36, 37
Okay,
Fahrenheit.
so really like almost the coldest you're gonna do cold plunging at is what you did yours at, and so that moment of like when you get in and just the your breath leaves you and you're just struggling to breathe a little bit, almost like you could almost say it's a little bit of a panic like that's going on. Your body's like freaking out with how cold it is. And then did you notice a moment where all of a sudden it stopped and you
Mm.
were just like, no?
It was. I was at the
How
moment when I went to the gym, the European fitness spa. There was females in the pool across from me, so you know, I had to man up and just stay down in there and act like
how long do
I
you
was
stay in?
2 minutes, bro. That was it. But the thing
Yeah,
is,
so
yeah,
if you make it to if you get to three, again, that's where you'll start to see your breath start and trust me, I changed it to, normally at my cold plunge I can only get it to 54. I got it to 48 today. It felt so much, it felt like twice as cold just going down 6 degrees. Okay, it felt way colder. So I can only imagine at 37 it's shocking you, right? But that's why that's what's inducing all these benefits, because your brain kind of doesn't know what's going on, and so it's pulling all the blood into your essential organs, and then that's going to flood back as you get out and warm up. And there's dopamine and all these wonderful things, immune system boost, your body's getting ready to fight for its survival, so it produces all these good things that that make you feel good. And again, it kind of, why you don't feel pain is it does something to your pain receptors. It kind of disrupts their ability to send signals for a little while to your brain. So that's why you kind of feel good, right? So some of the stuff it goes on there. So I don't know if I'd recommend doing 37 as your first cold plunge. That's
mm,
tough.
I don't recommend it.
But you want, if you can get, and you can get benefits from 1 minute. Don't get me wrong. There's benefits there, but there comes a moment where all everything stills and you become calm and you can breathe just fine and your heart rate will drop, because my heart rate's like 100 beats per minute when I get in, right? Boom, 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 boom. Breathe, 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 breathe. And then it drops down to like 50 after about minute 2 to minute 3. And again, there's just like perfect clarity. I love it. I love it. In some ways, the cold shower is harder because it's constant new cold. So in a cold, your body can kind of warm itself up, or like you might have a little bit of a warm bubble around your body. With the shower, you're also getting your face wet, probably head. So it's like it's a different challenge doing the cold shower, and it definitely works. Uh, the full cold immersion, though, I think the benefits last longer when I do. At least for me, I'm on the East Coast and it's too warm here, so I can't get my shower that cold. And so I get more benefits out of the cold plunge because I can get my body colder. But I highly recommend it to everybody. It's become fun and I look forward to it. The one thing I need to work on is like I don't necessarily always do it in the morning. I'll do it like halfway through my workday or at the end of my workday at like 3 or 4, and I'll jump in the cold plunge and then knock it out, and then let my body warm up and then go do my workouts and everything. So it's I haven't been consistent about doing them in the mornings, but I'm pretty consistent. I probably do it 5 times a week right now, but it's uh it's a lot of fun. I ordered these 4 pound ice cube. Well, actually, it was one of my Christmas presents. So
Mm.
I ordered that. That's what the picture I showed in the chat.
Yeah, that
That's
looked
what
like
that
a
was.
block.
Yep. Yep. And so that helped get it colder today. That was my first time using those.
So is it best to do it in the mornings?
So a lot of the research says yes, especially if you're going to work out after, right? Because you don't want to work out and then cold plunge because it stops your recovery process, muscle building, recovery, so all that. But when you do it before and then you warm up organically, that's how you get, white fat, which is not good for you, which your body can't really use white fat. It just kind of stays there as like break in case of emergency, but you can convert your white fat to brown fat, which brown fat is more readily used. So, you make yourself less insulin resistant and you're able to use your fat reserves rather than it just staying, right? Because a lot of us as we gain weight, like it's a lot easier to gain weight and lose weight. One of the reasons is if for that fat will, and then your body can't really use it for energy that easily. It's got to convert it to brown fat first. One of the ways to do that is deliberate cold exposure,
And I think
among
that's
all
why
the other benefits that it has.
that you know what? Now I can see why um Tongans are Tongans and islands, they stay kind of healthy. They have a little bit of healthy tip because they take a lot of cold showers out there. Not a lot of
Yeah.
homes have not a lot of homes have hot water. Right, Tech?
Yeah, you gotta boil your hot water
Yeah.
if you want a hot shower.
Yeah, so the whole time I was there, dude, they had a hot water heater, but I never turned it on, just save energy or whatever. So I was cold showers in the morning, cold showers at night, but it felt good because it's
It
hot
felt good
already.
because it was hot, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
hot.
summertime over there.
Mm-hmm.
So jumping in, it's hot, humid. Our
Mm-hmm.
bodies are not used to that living in this dry heat.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go out there, take the cold showers. Oh, it feels so good.
Cheers, Jake. Jake having his cup of kava with us.
Cheers. My little
Yeah, man. 2023
Alubal.
Alaba. That Missy Philo, that guy, I'm friends with him on Facebook. Need to link up with him, have him on the podcast. He was our first guest that was supposed to be on with us back in 2019.
Really?
Yeah. That is we connected through him through Paul and Joe. They both know him. But we need to get him on. He's done remarkable things for the kava industry, self kava drinking connoisseurs. Hana, that girl for Kava Five or no, was it Kava Hana? That girl from TikTok. She's gonna be on the show. He's helped her like expand her Kava connoisseur and different products. But anyhow, 2024 is coming up.
Let's
How does
go.
everyone's goals look like? Did 2023, did you guys fulfill some of your goals? I know when we had Coach on one time, we talked about 300 goals. We had a podcast where we talked about 300 goals, writing your goals down. Habakkuk 2:2, write it down and make it plain. That thing that Coach challenged us on. 2024 is coming up. How did your guys' 2023 look for you guys this year? A lot of ups and downs, Tech, Jake.
Yeah, a lot of up and downs. I mean, I started two businesses, and the hard part is just getting the ball rolling.
Mm.
For
Can
one
you
of them,
talk
what was that?
can you talk about the businesses at all, or are they still hush hush secret?
No, we could talk about it. Well, one of them is the my T-shirt,
Right.
and I've been looking into it a lot, and I found out that you can start using AI to generate designs for your T-shirt print. So I've been looking into
Yeah.
that. and then the other one's just the film company, Sniper Vision, and yeah, we haven't.
It's a great name.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, this year was just a learning year for that because learning
Yeah.
how to film, what kind of angles we want, and the editing part of it, which I love so much.
Hmm.
But yeah, so but next year we should be hitting it hard with Sniper Vision.
We need to find somebody that loves editing. Is there anybody like that out there?
Nobody
No,
loves editing.
no, it's
and
man.
and then
I
and
was
then,
burnt out. I got burnt out, but you got to learn to love it. You got to train yourself to
Yeah.
love it. I guess I'm getting
there's
back
mix.
into that.
You do things that are like mix while you do it, or like other play a pod, play something. I don't know. Have some music playing. You got to think of ways to hack it.
You
I'm not
have
an
to.
editor, but
Yeah.
that there's things I don't like to do there's certain things that I'll do along with it to make it more bearable to help me adopt the right mindset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely
But I
right.
guess it can be easier if you can figure out a system,
Mm-hmm.
where to like if you're filming, you do something. I was watching this one of these reels and they were showing that one of this videographer, she will cover the lens while she's recording, and then that'll let her know that when she goes into editing, that's one that she wants to use for her clips. That way
Yep.
you ain't gotta if you got like 500 clips, you ain't gotta go through all of them. You just look for that one with the where you covered the lens.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just finding out little tricks like that to make going into editing a lot easier.
100%. Yeah, they call that marking your takes, marking your shots. Some people throw up the color bars when you have a good shot that you want to use. You throw up the color bar, like the red, white, yellow, green
Yeah.
little those bars. Yeah, I used I used to do that, and then I just stopped doing that. Then you just shoot. But
See,
yeah,
that's one of the things I learned this year. So
mhm.
coming going into next year, I'll be able to use it a lot more. What do you call it? Marketing? Market?
Mark. Yeah, marking your shots or.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, so I'll say so 2023 was a pretty good year for me. I took a leap of faith. On this, I like how we challenge each other to be more, right? So on my side business stuff, I took a step back, but on my main job that I have, I took a leap of faith and went after something new that has a lot more potential. And so, of course, anytime you're learning something new, sometimes you have to sidestep or take two steps back as you figure out, or you can look at your steps back as like you're progressing because it's you got to learn how to do new things. And so, I'm learning something new and trying to figure it out and progressing in that sense. And so it's going to offer me again more freedom and hopefully more better finances to be able to move forward with my other goals. So, and I was very hesitant to make the change. I was comfortable where I was at. It was decent, but in this case, it was far riskier to make the change. But I'm happy I did it, and I'm looking forward to the fruits of what's going to come to bear for 2024 for that. So sometimes you got to take that leap of faith.
Yeah, a lot of the times. I mean, if you look at the grand scheme of things, we're here only here for just a couple seconds, really. So not a lot of people have that same perspective, but it's important to take that leap. Important to just step out of that comfort zone. It's important. I mean, not everyone has the same belief system. Not everyone has the same perspective. But here on this show, on this podcast, we encourage that type of thinking. We encourage that taking a leap of faith. We encourage anything that will help you grow and progress and have a interesting life experience that can continue to add value to other people and especially your life. Because there's someone that once said to me, the highest good for you personally will always be the highest good for everyone around that's in your circle. Because when you elevate, you will actually normal like without even hesitation, you'll help other people elevate as well. And what I've noticed is it takes a lot of resources to help people out. And when you're at your highest level in your highest game, you can do that a lot freer. You know, you can have more love towards people, more patience, a lot more. You can see, have a different vision for them when you're in that higher self. And this is what we promote here. We like to talk about it. We like to, help each other. Our own podcast group, help each other push ourselves towards that edge. But congrats on tech, on your business, getting it running up. That's a scary feeling, man. You got to answer to the government. You got to answer to people paying taxes, different tax brackets, all, making sure your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, that nothing illegal is going on, that you're not funneling money under the table somewhere and stashing your money somewhere, or, taking advantage of the tax brackets that are beholden to people who
Well, there
understand it.
is some of that going
Yeah.
on, but
Well,
Yeah.
that's legal, so you're good.
And Jake, for you
yeah, but
taking the leap of faith, man.
yeah, but you're right. Notice like we got to learn how to be comfortable in being uncomfortable.
Mm,
Always just like Jake said, living out. He had to step back and like get out of his comfort zone and take this higher position at his job. You know, and then as you can see, he's been successful at his job so far. If we could just do that in our daily lives, just being comfortable, being uncomfortable, always taking that little step outside the box that we're comfortable living in, then we'll grow so much faster.
mm. It's almost like a
Right? And
principle.
and take the leap, right? Just as a
Yeah,
reminder, the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour in space, and it's traveling 67,000 miles per hour around the sun. And our solar system is going almost 450,000 miles per hour. So you don't know what could happen. So take the leap. You never know. You never know what time we have here. I only bring up that because that's just wild numbers, right? Like,
Mhm,
what? We're just flying through space.
mhm.
You never know what could happen. So you might as well.
well, what's the worst
You
that could happen?
Hmm.
You fall down, right?
right,
You just get back up and do it again.
right.
Just get back up. Well, just get back up. Yeah, it's amazing.
You
If you
don't
think,
fail when you fall down. You only fail when you don't get up.
mm, yeah, it's hard to do. Hard to get up sometimes, but it helps to listen to podcasts like ours and others that encourage you to get back up, to see a different side of that um, task or experience that you're going through. Life is not easy, but when you surround yourself with people that have that same like-mindedness, the same energy, that same progression, it can make things a little bit more bearable.
Yeah, and ones that are willing to be there to help you out too.
Mm-hmm.
That's only looking down at you when they're helping you up.
So 2024 is about taking, if you haven't yet taken that risk, made that uncomfortable decision to improve, to start a business, to try out for a new position, now's the time. That's what 2024 is for. Health is wealth, and
Yes,
take the leap.
and get a pilot license.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get our pilot's license so we know how to fly boats that can land and take off on water.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Once you understand all that stuff, Tech, teach the rest of us, and we'll all go take the test together.
Hey, you're just gonna have to come pick me up. So you're gonna have to fly over and pick me up.
Dude, I've been shopping for planes, shopping for hangars.
Mm,
I found this hangar. It's like what was it like almost 500,000.
Mm.
Not too bad.
But it comes with your hangar, and then there's like a little apartment right above it.
Oh, so you can live in it,
Yeah, so you can live there.
That's
or
tight.
at least like hang tight there for a little while, and then you store your plane.
Yeah. So you just
What
park your garage is for your
what
plane.
what do planes like? If we had a plane for like us, right? Like a decent plane that's like somewhat comfortable, but how much does that cost?
For how many people?
Let's just say six.
Oh yeah, you'll probably need like a small little jet. Those are can get pretty pricey.
What's the ballpark?
It also depends how old it is. You know, the newer ones, they're about $1 million.
We'd want a newer one. Okay, so I got a new 300 goals. We
Hmm.
gotta own a jet.
Yeah, make sure our compound we have a landing strip, like our own little airfield.
Yeah, taking studying about airfield, airspace, and all that, and airports. Like, there's a lot of private airports out there that only people that own it can use.
Dang. Before you were studying all this, had you known that information before?
No,
Wow,
and there's a
no.
lot of little runways out there. Yeah, there's a lot out there.
When I was watching those YouTube videos, there's whole communities that are based around just owning a plane. Like the neighborhood has like everyone
Oh
has their
yeah,
own
I
little.
think John Travolta lives in one.
Mm,
He's a pilot, so he just is their main road's like a runway.
hmm. This is wild. Yeah, that's gonna be us, man. We'll be flying planes.
I mean, it'd be probably loud every time someone lands and leaves.
Hmm.
All good.
Yeah.
Part of the package comes with the territory.
Me and Tech were talking the other day, and like, if you're flying standby and you get bumped off the plane and you need the service to get to your first destination so you can make your connecting flight, we, we were thinking about providing a service where they can call our group up. We could fly them to their connecting city, the city that they need to get to connect out of. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they can't get out of Reno, but they need to get to Dallas or LA to make their international flight.
You'd
They'll
be
get
able to charge a premium for that too.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Toko, we got bumped off this flight. We're flying standby. Can you get us to whatever? We cater to the standby community, the airline employees who can't make it out. We solve their pain point, that pain point right there, and take them,
But
fly them.
you solve that, and then rich people that fly first class that miss theirs too.
Yeah.
They miss their connection for whatever reason,
And they
delayed.
gotta
You
be
could
somewhere.
charge a yeah.
Mhm. That's a whole other business model right there.
It's like the Uber for planes.
They do have that. They do have Ubers or do they? I don't know if they do.
I don't think so.
Did we
cut it
just
out.
come?
Cut it out so no one steals our idea.
I know, for real. Man, see, this is the great thing about being around like-minded people, man. Like you think in a service type mind. Not that we're anything spectacular or anything, but we think that to add value to others, right? We genuinely think about helping others, and we encourage a lot of that, man. But man, dude, 2024 is gonna be dope. We're all gonna move to Tonga. We're all gonna have Tex can go start building on his land. And we're gonna just build a compound in Texas, North Carolina. Dude, Jake, North Carolina is hella cheap to live out there.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
Especially when you get away from where I'm at a little bit.
Wilmington. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once you get away like into the inland just a little bit, or even like south, there's beachfront that. But for a compound, we'd probably want it away from the water a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Higher up.
Anyways, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at property over there. Dude, it is cheap. It is cheap. My
Yeah,
gosh.
it's bad in Charlotte, it's bad in Raleigh, and it's bad in Wilmington. Everywhere
Mm-hmm.
else is pretty affordable outside of those big three. Some of the mountain stuff can get expensive too. But there's some really nice stuff on the Tennessee North Carolina border. It's the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some nice stuff in there too.
Tate, didn't you go there?
Tennessee?
Yeah.
You went to Charlotte one time, didn't you?
No, I was down in Missouri,
Mm.
down south.
Yeah, but man, we need to get hopping on those where we can gain enough income that we're able to just start building, start doing all that. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen.
Yep, this is our year.
2024, we're gonna reach 100 podcasts by the end of this year.
Yep, one a week. We need to average one a week for the rest of the year. So 2024 is our year and all of our listeners' year too. If you've been listening to this, you think like we do if you listen to our podcast in terms of improvement, trying to be better, trying to find new information, all that stuff. So this is going to be a year of progress.
100%.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah, and if there's things that you guys want to, even if you're listening and you want to come on and be on the show with us, we invite that. Come and shoot us a DM on IG, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. All our socials are linked in our link tree on our Instagram page and also our website, theencouragerspodcast.com. You can find all that relative information also on our YouTube as well. So, can you guys hear something in the background? My wife just got home. My goodness.
No, I can't
Yeah.
hear anything.
Oh, okay.
You're
Anyhow,
good.
but yeah, all that relevant information on the encouragerspodcast.com. Look into all of that. But got some lofty goals for 2024. Health is wealth. And what was the other thing you were saying, Jake?
Uh,
Take this leap of faith.
take that leap of faith. Yes. Thank you, Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Leap of faith. Health is wealth. There we go.
100 podcasts for 2024 and just start knocking to Tonga.
Save up for that jet.
Save up for the jet, water plane, the yacht. We need a
Oh, water
fishing
plane
boat.
would probably be cheaper.
There is some.
That's just like a little Cessna plane
Mhm.
that
There's
only
some
fits
big
like
ones.
2 to 4 people.
I'm thinking the big ones where you can go diving off of, like the ones in the movies, tech like Indiana Jones one. You see?
Yeah, that's like a Cessna plane.
Mm-hmm.
The propeller ones.
Yeah, the
Yep.
dual propeller, one on the left and right.
Yep.
Get one of those. Where we
Or
had
we
two
get one of those like old cargo planes.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you could probably find like a nice little Cessna plane, like 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, for like 50K,
Sheesh, it's not bad.
75K.
How long does it take to get your pilot's license?
Dude, I have no idea. It all depends on
Money
your flight time. You got
and
to
it's
put in hours.
hours
Hmm.
and $50,000 later.
Yeah,
I
Because you got to
heard.
pay someone to be with you, right?
yeah,
That's certified. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been looking at it. It's like $40 an hour to pay somebody.
Mm.
How many
So
hours do you need?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Mm.
I'm still learning the basics.
Hi, Lute.
I haven't. They took off.
He muted it.
Mm.
You want to eat? You already eat? Oh, okay. Say hi to them. Offer guys.
Hi, Lute.
Ovato.
Afatu.
Hey, that's your referral right there that just came. Y'all need to speak to her because there's hella referrals for you too. Pilot's license 2024. Speak it to existence. Let's get it, Tech. Let's get it, man. We're gonna
Either that
do
or
it.
we crowd fund for one if it's too expensive for more than one of us.
One of for Tech to Tech because Tech has good eyes. Tech has
Yeah.
eagle eyes, eagle vision, and he's good with math and memory. So he'll be the first pilot for the Encouragers Voyager Encouragers airline.
Oh, I need a co-pilot to read the maps.
I'm good at
Yeah.
reading maps.
Oh, Jake, right there, co-pilot, and I could be your flight attendant, your stewardess.
Oh.
Yes, give you cabin crackers for your flight. Yeah, man. Just want to just thank you guys for always repping, you know, always coming on the podcast and helping out, or just just speaking into it. That I don't have. There's no expectations for anyone to come and be on here. It's just even if it's just me just talking to myself or whatever. Um, it's just something that I think that we need more of. We need more encouragement for just ourselves. I think our podcast mainly one is for just us, so we can speak and talk about certain things that are interesting to us, and then by the way, it happens to benefit other people too. But shout out
Yeah.
to you both and to all our crew, uh, Tonga, Coach Kofe, Paul, and Joe. Tonga, did I say Tonga?
Yep.
Currently uh, drinking some kava at this moment. Shout out to Club of Crazy Horse in Texas.
Yeah, we appreciate you too, Notice, man, that you're the captain of the ship and it doesn't run without you. And so we appreciate you, all the things you do behind the scenes, all the editing, all the motivation, keeping us on line and on track. So the encouragers wouldn't be a thing without you.
Man, everybody,
Yeah. And
team.
thanks for keeping my tinfoil hat fresh.
Oh yeah.
Fresh, freshly folded
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
pointy.
And
Oh
always
yeah.
right next to me.
Oh boy. A lot of
I'm
great things
gonna
happening.
I'm gonna order some and send them to you.
Oh yeah, Jake, just remind me. Let me get your address so I can send that go out tomorrow after work. Get off
Okay.
at 12:30. I'll send that package over. Test it
Follow.
out. Yeah, man. I'm gonna take a tent or dime sack worth of kava, and I'll send you the rest.
Take a tithe.
Yeah. Pay my tithing. Any new plans for you guys coming up in 2024? Anything, any adventures coming up, trips or anything for work you guys have planned up 2024?
No, we need to plan some. That'll be the
Mm,
next part of 2024 unfolding. We'll figure out where we're gonna go.
mm,
Maybe Texas next again.
I'm down.
Another Texas trip.
Nah, North Carolina, bro. During the nice time of the year. When it's wintry over here, let's go over there when it's nice and warm.
Just so far for you guys to get out here. I know, but
You make it happen.
Yeah.
yeah.
Make it
If
happen.
we plan.
Yeah.
Man,
All
I'm
of
down.
us. Joe, Paul, Coach, Tonga, everybody. That'd be dope.
If we do that, we're getting the BS.
Well, it's
Mm-hmm.
tough for those guys because they got little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's plan and talk about it. Make
Let's
some
do it.
things happen. Tech, anything on the horizon for you besides
No trips, just button down on this these two businesses that I got going on.
heck yeah, man. Handle that, bro.
It's gonna happen this year, especially if AI is gonna make it a lot easier. All I gotta do is just print it, just throw it on a shirt, go.
I got to
Hey,
make property number 2 happen. That's what you reminded me of there, Tech. Need
mm,
property number 2 to happen. I got to will it into existence this year.
let's go, Jake. You got it, man. You got it. You just choose which one you want and make it happen, bro. You got
Yeah.
it. That's what's up. That's a lot. Nice lofty goals. Nice, not lofty, but like doable, sustainable goals. Look forward to. Me, I'm gonna look forward to purchasing a Starlink and moving into. Man, I did not want to come back, bro. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm super duper serious. I did not want to come back. I was gonna stay there and give up my flight benefits for life.
I know the feeling, bro.
Tell me,
Me last year.
that was you. You exact time last year, Tech. I was going, man. I feel you,
Just
brother.
switch to New Zealand Airlines.
Mm.
Do they fly back and forth between Tonga
Yeah,
or
they're
Fijian
one of the main.
Airlines?
Yeah, they're one of the main carriers, but they're contract workers that work the airplanes,
Mm.
and they don't get flight benefits.
Mm.
But yeah, we'll figure something out. That's why we gotta get our pilot's license, get our own planes so we can fly back and forth. That's gonna happen, man.
Yep.
It's like that yacht. We'll get a fishing boat, take a couple jet skis, 4-wheeler, and a lot of mosquito repellent. um, Man, super excited for 2024. Just appreciate everyone that's been listening. Thank you all for always contributing, sharing your feedback, liking and sharing our podcast with people throughout the world, and just for sticking with us. Like, we're not experts at this by any means, and so if you wanted to start a podcast, let us know. There's a link on our website that can help you direct you into getting gear and showing you some steps on how to start your own podcast for yourself. And we encourage you to start your own podcast. Talk about positivity, name it encouragers too, whatever you want. But add value to the community and to yourselves and to us, and let us know. We'll follow you. And again, if you guys ever want to be on our podcast show to come on and talk and ramble long run on sentences with us, let us know. Shoot us a DM, and we'll be happy to have you on and join us in an episode on our podcast. And thank you all for the listeners, all showing love, our family and friends for rocking with us throughout these years. We started in 2019. We're going on our 3rd or 4th year of running this podcast, and just shout out to all you. Much love to everybody. We encourage you to keep rocking. You guys want to say anything in closing, or any shout outs to anybody you want to talk about? Shout out to Aussie. It was great to see you in Utah. Thank you. We hope to integrate you into our business model, and also just a regular guest on this show. If you guys were able to listen to our 50th episode, our trip to Utah with Coach and Tech's OFA program, he was a special guest on that show, and he had a lot of insight. And he was one of our great friends that connected all of us in this podcast together, more or less. But shout out to Aussie. We'll see you at the next one. Jake, anything you want to wrap up? Send us out.
I'm good. I'm good. Let's like I was saying earlier, just encourage everybody to make that leap of faith, and let's close out this 2023. It was a great year, full of a lot of growth, and on to the next one.
That's what's up. Right on. And just like I seen on Mela Olivetti's one of her posts, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be the end of the year to start being great, to start changing. You could do it at any time. So you can do it now. You don't have to wait till January 1st. Do it now. You do it within the next hour, but you can do it. And we encourage you to do it. Thank you for rocking with us, and much love.